I was working for a nonprofit organization known as the Pennsylvania Environmental Council, and they had a regional office here in Wilkes-Barre. We were able to pull together a regional conference on abandoned mine reclamation in the summer of 1996 that helped to sort of facilitate and charter the formation of the Eastern Coalition for Abandoned Mine Reclamation.
Epcamr and the Western Pennsylvania organization Epcamr are vital resources for the groups who make up the environmental community. Assisted by community leaders, local conservation districts, and representatives from the coal and cogen industries, they supply critically needed information.
Give them what they need and to make it easier for them. And I think that's what Epcamr's charge is, and that's what Epcamr's charge is, to get the work on the ground. This mine drainage is flowing from what we call locally the Honey Pot mine shaft, or the Susquehanna number 7 air shaft discharge. What's flowing is about a 2,000 gallon per minute discharge of mine drainage, 20 to 30 parts iron that's contaminated in this particular reach before it comes into confluence with the Newport Creek.
Discharges like this one stain the landscape throughout the Pennsylvania coal region. For every orange stream we can see, there are miles of abandoned mine shafts we cannot. Enumerating them may seem impossible, but tools for the job may already be at our fingertips.
Utilizing existing resources and tapping the institutional knowledge of former coal miners, and by looking at those maps from the coal companies, from the Second Geologic Survey maps, from the federal government's Office of Surface Mining folio maps, we can then determine what the level of the water is in the mines. We might be better able to treat the water by helping to utilize some of those resources.
These documents of Pennsylvania's coal mining history are a Rosetta Stone for deciphering our subterranean makeup, a way to use our heritage to shine a light on future environmental progress.
Not only does it give us the underground geology and the structural geology of the coal that's been mined out, it shows us the flow patterns of the water weaving its way underneath the ground to get to lower elevations and to these discharge points. What we've been able to do is transform a lot of the two-dimensional maps into a three-dimensional format.
Epcamr utilizes computer software to map the hydrogeology of flooded underground mines, presenting a perspective never before possible, even when men viewed these mines with their own eyes.
So many people in not only the Wyoming Valley, but throughout our region, just don't realize that the water is flowing right beneath their feet in some instances. And this could help us predictively determine if there is potential for subsidence. We did a conference one time, and the theme of the conference was, what color is your watershed? The majority of those streams that you're going to see are this particular color of yellow boy, orange. We relate when we talk to kids, it's no different than if you left your bike out at night. We ask them what it's got on it, it's got rust. It's land availability that we need and settling and detention time to allow water like this to have this iron oxide not deposit in the channel, but put it into a system that would allow that iron to collect in a way that we can harvest it. One of the things that Epcamr does on a very small scale is to process and dry this by the 5-gallon bucket loads so that we can sell it to other manufacturers that might want to use it for wood stains, for trail markers and kiosks. You can actually reuse this stuff right back in the community that it came from. We would love to see larger companies come in and create these type of jobs that are green, but they're really orange, and they could be harvesting a lot of this iron oxide for a productive value.
If we can change the way we see the environmental conditions around us, we may find that the legacy handed down to us by our industrial forebears is changeable as well.
I was born and raised here in the Wyoming Valley, seen these streams since I was 3 or 4 years old. We found not only through working with our local elementary schools and our high schools, some of the myths that are out there and some of the just misconceptions that you can't take care of this type of problem. It's a mindset that we're trying to change. We have this place-based philosophy that teaches the kids about the history within their own school district. They don't have to go far. They can go 2 miles and be at this stream, or incorporate some type of environmental skits into learning about what this is instead of just ignoring it. And they'll know by the time they're done with us what the name of this stream is, what the mine discharge is, what coal colliery operated here where their grandfather probably worked. Turn around that apathy that they may have had or that negative attitude towards the streams, see them for their future productive value. We can get those students and teachers to be part of the solution.